All they do is give tax breaks to the rich in corporation. And they poison and pollute you. And then they tell you, oh, no, see, we're going to remove the Environmental Protection Agency. We're going to remove, they openly say that, you can find it. They're going to want to remove that, which means that it gives the corporation more open volume to, poison and pollute you and your kids. That's the Republican Party. There's the history. There's the facts. Look at how they vote. Look what they actually do. Now that's of course why the Republican Party generated things like Fox News, so they could lie to you. It should be called lying Fox News, or faux Fox, or the deceptive Fox, or something, And look at their history. They're generated by right-wing nut Rupert Murdoch, right, and Roger Ailes, to intentionally promote right-wing propaganda and censor news and lie to you and deceive you. They're still trying to tell you the lie that, the 2020 election, it was fake. There is absolutely no validity to that, huh? Right? You get that, right, by now. And here you got that, once again, that idiot Trump standing up there still trying to cling and trying to tell, the election, No, he didn't. He knows it. He's lying to you. Penetrating this lie that he used as the excuse, and the Republicans used, to try and even overthrow your whole government on January 6th. So they could put in a true corporate dictatorship. Because look at Trump. He's a corporate criminal. And look at Pence, the vice president at the time. The Christian extremist nut. The one who took away your right to have access to an abortion because you make a decision in your life and not have some religion, some dark age religion trying to tell you how you're going to live your life. The Republican Party. Right-wing extremists. Corporate criminals. And, bingo bongo, Christian fascism. Trying to take away, look what you just recently overthrew Roe v. Wade. Who was forcing that? Who pushed that? To try and make those court cases and everything. Look at who they were. They're Christian right-wing nuts. It was about religion trying to make its way into legislation and force their dark age religion onto all of you. It was religion, which that's totally against the Constitution because it's separation of church and state. When the issue is your rights versus a religion trying to say you can't have that right based on religion, the religion loses every time. Every time. It has to. You're going to have a democracy. If you're going to have freedom of religion, is because you don't have a state religion. The history of state religions in the world is ones of fascism and dictatorship every time. Destruction of your rights. Or look at Saudi Arabia, There are plenty of examples still where it's a state religion, and what happens in that state religion? How free are the public to say what they want, believe as they want to do, live as they want to do? Well, religion used as legislation to destroy your life is the reality. And that's the Republican Party. There he is, Mike Pence. And even on top of that, folks, remember, here comes on January 6th, here come these right-wing nuts that Trump pulls together, these oath keepers and Proud Boys. Look who those guys are. Fascists, Nazis, racist groups, avowed racist groups, whose intent is to destroy your freedoms, put in a dictatorship, destroy your rights. And there they are, trying to destroy your democracy on Trump's lies. Well, what were they starting to chant? Hang Mike Pence. They'll turn in an instant. But there's the Republican Party. To this day, at the time of this recording here in 2023, folks, it should be very, very clear. Look at the Supreme Court currently in America. It's a bunch of right-wing Christian lunatics who are on that Supreme Court. It's not a issue of trying to legislate on the way of the Constitution, your Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence. Oh no. Look how they danced around their reasoning to get rid of Roe v. Wade. They couldn't just say, oh, it's about who they are, Christian nuts, right-wing nut Christians, that they're forcing their religion onto you. They couldn't just overtly say that. And now a recent one where the case was a female woman, this woman in Colorado who was doing a web design stuff. And she wanted to put on her webpage that she won't do, even though she's a public enterprise, a public business, she won't do public business if you're gay, same-sex couple. Well, folks, that's no different than saying no blacks need apply. That's no different than saying the racism and bigotry. And now it's just saying no gays need apply. Well, again, the Supreme Court couldn't say, well, it's religion and that's what we're going to do. So they tried to find some way to give their legal-ish opinion some credence, and so they tried to say it's an issue of free speech. I don't care if it's free speech. If she didn't want to do web design for gay couples, all she had to do was just say, I'm not going to take that business. No, that's fine. No, she could just turn it down. She had to do that, but she made a legal case out of it intentionally to strengthen the destruction of the separation of church and state, to try and force their Dark Age religion into legislation and force their Dark Age religion on all of you. Just look at the history, look at the facts. That's the Republican Party. And here we are with climate change coming through at the same time. And these corporations, oh boy, they are getting it. They know climate change is real because they lied to you about all these chemicals. Exxon lied to you. Their own research department told them climate change is real. The companies who made the forever chemicals, like 3M, they know climate change is real, and they know the toxicity of that chemical group, and they kept making it anyway. It's no different than the tobacco company, who knew tobacco was toxic to you. It would cause 26 different types of cancers. It would be related to a whole mess of healthcare issues. They knew it, and they lied to you for the money. Because that's the economic system. That's the measure of the economics. And so that economic system of poison and pollution for profit has just played out exactly what it always guaranteed to happen. It's poisoning the whole planet and destroying everything for you and your kids. So to really address climate change, the thing you're going to have to do is change that whole economic system. You can't just say, oh, we'll just start doing it a little bit this way, a little bit that. They aren't doing anything. Here it is, at the time of this recording, 2023, and there's been no real development on how and processes and programs to actually start addressing the reality of climate change. Ain't happening. Nobody's doing anything. Corporations are against it. The Republicans in the Congress are against it. They're not doing anything about it. They're still in denial and refusing to face the facts of scientific research. You see how big this issue is? How big that is to change the whole economic system? But it's the best thing, and it's so necessary, and it's the only thing you got. And it is the correct way to go, to make the economic system about you. Your first. It's your air and water first. It's your food supply first. It's your health care. Direct to you. National health care. Guaranteed. Right in there. All those things. Because you are the measure of success. That's the economic system. You throw out the economic system. You throw out the economic system of poison and pollution for profit. And you have to put in the sanity of an economic system to benefit you. And don't worry, there's plenty of businesses who are ready, and entrepreneurs, research and development, who are ready to really cut loose and bring that in. And it changes everything, and it will be a huge economic development. It'll be economic growth like you can't believe. You cannot believe it'll be the change. And look what it'll be. It'll be economics that benefit you and your kids and their kids. And it'll try and clean up the mess, for one thing. And then it'll also be about not only cleaning up the mess, which the corporations who poisoned you should pay for. And of course that's what they know. Just like this lawsuit that was successful against 3M. 3M is having to do it. The tobacco companies have had to shell out millions of dollars because they lied to you. They knew it was toxic, and they went ahead and did it anyway. Exxon is liable because Exxon lied to you. They knew it was toxic. They knew climate change was real, and they went ahead and did it anyway. So you're going to have to face the fact that what you got to do is change the whole economic system and make it about you, to benefit you, your kids, their kids. And when you say you, that means, of course, all of you, that means equal rights. That means women being able to say, yeah, I'm going to have an abortion, I want to do this, it's my choice, my life. Okay. It's gays having this equal rights throughout society. It's equal rights across the board. So it has to deal with the bigotry and racism that has been going on in America, and is still lodged, that bitterness and racism and the advocates for racism that are the Republican Party. See? It's huge. And it should be exciting. It should be time of great innovation. It calls upon you to be innovative, to expand your intelligence, to grow with this opportunity of the 21st century. Not stay in the dark age, not live in the box, live in the dark. Deny reality and scientific research, to deny facts. It's time to change that whole system. You have to. You have to.